for the week of November 19th, 2008. And here's our first story. World of Warcraft is back in the news this week as a fat Swedish meatball collapses and has a seizure after playing it for 24 hours straight. Apparently, the nerd invited 6 of his closest friends over and only took a break to eat. Now, I'm not sure which is more pathetic here, playing Warcraft for 24 hours straight, or being the friend of the nerd that plays Warcraft for 24 hours straight. Doctors expect the boy, age 15, to make a full recovery, but his chair is still listed in critical condition. And now our very own manly maraca, Juan Valdezberg.
Thank you, my bootylicious burrito. You know, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but apparently not the lawyers. How's that for a segue? Jumping right in, let's sue Apple bandwagon. Another fat nerd has tossed his hat into the arena, claiming that the iPhone has hairline cracks in it, despite him never dropping it. Let me ask you this, fatso. Do you keep the iPhone perhaps in your back pocket? Because I would imagine that those cracks are from your big fat ass sitting on it all day long. I am sorry. I lose my cool when I talk about frivolous lawsuits. Who am I kidding? I make my living off of frivolous lawsuits. Not only that, but cool is in Juan Valdezberg's DNA. You know, Jennifer, I could never personally own an iPhone because the monthly bills are too expensive. In fact, they are nearly as much as the payments on my love chariot, aka the Yeo Metro. Only 6 more years and she will be just perfectly mine. Just think about that, Jennifer. You could be making love with my sweet ride. Of course, your feet would have to stick out the window and it smells a little like refried beans. But when you are making love to the Valdezberg, it's like you are making love to a bronking buck in a Mercedes. Think about that, my puny Pancho.
A parent cousin to Britney, Janella Spears, was duped into giving a scam artist $400,000 after falling for the old Nigerian email scam. Spears says she was contacted via email and promised $20 million if she would help out a distant relative and send them a few $100s. Janella goes on to say that she is not a fool or a sucker, despite sending even more money over the course of 2 years, eventually totaling up to the $400,000, claiming that she became obsessed with getting the $20 million. So how does someone that stupid get $400,000 to spend anyway? By mortgaging her house and withdrawing all of her husband's retirement fund. Good job, Einstein. Spears said she kept sending money because the scammers kept sending her official-looking documents from the Bank of Nigeria, the United Nations, and the director of the FBI, and even a few from President Bush. Looking back, she says she should have known all the Bush letters were fake because all the words were spelled properly. And now, here's Jakub Valinsky with Russian Tech Reviews.
Thank you, Super Chunk. If you ever had a spider named Charlotte that spelled a word to save your life, it would be stupid. Or maybe it would say, please kill this fat pig. This week I want to talk about a bunch of random stuff. First, my favorite video game has finally made it to big screen, and it's almost turned this frown upside down. This is the same face I've had since I got married, and when my first child was born. In Russia, the gravity is so strong, it makes all of our faces look like this. Watch Putin. The video game is Dance Dance Revolution, and you know I love a good revolution. It is highly anticipated in my beloved Russia, where we just got over the craze of the great movie Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. Don't laugh, it was won 4 big Oscar nominations, which in our country we call the Vladimirs. Not bad for a stupid capitalist American swine film. There is no word yet on what the plot for Dance Dance Revolution, the film, will be, but who cares? In Russia, only 4 things matter: vodka, chess, toilet paper, and dancing. Even the bears dance in Russia. At least they do until my wife Olga comes around and wrestles them to the ground, strangling them to death with her bare hands. Get it? Bare hands. All this talk about bear is making me hungry. Back to you, Captain Pigstein.
I'm Jenny. Thanks for joining me for news you can't use. Brought to you by Developer Shed. I'll see you next week.